into it?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Ready?
cadence. You ready?
Okay.
My name is Ryan Hemminger. I am the co-founder and a member of the board of directors of Thread. When I was growing up, I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I started off with a relatively normal childhood. At a certain point, that changed for me. And my mother, she got in a car accident, two of them actually back to back, and then ultimately lost her job, and that moved us into a more difficult situation. She started selling drugs and was addicted to drugs. We didn't know where we were going to live a lot of times. We didn't know if we had food to eat, and it led to a lot of academic challenges for me, where I didn't go to school, and I no longer played sports. I no longer participated in any activities, and so that's kind of how I ended up growing up. I had this group of teachers who really took an interest in me, because as I struggled in my freshman year, they said there was no real reason for me to really struggle academically, so they tried to look deeper as to what was going on outside of the classroom, and they started taking care of those outside influences that were really impacting my ability to succeed, and that really turned things around for me, so that I ended up ultimately graduating high school and going on to college. What did I think about when Sarah said, "Hey, look, let's start Thread"? I was actually working at the Pentagon at the time. She calls me up one afternoon out of the blue, and she says, "Hey, I need you to help me make this brochure." And I said, "Okay, brochure for what?" And she kind of describes what she wants to do working with kids. The idea was that there were kids like me, or they were growing up like me, that all they needed was a little bit of support, and they could really launch and be successful. And I say, okay, that's fantastic, and let's work on that tonight.
It seems a number of people walk into high schools across Baltimore City and want to be useful and helpful, and oftentimes it's a very temporary connection, and then sometimes can cause more harm than good. And so it took a long time for me to be able to build trust that I was really going to continue to show up over and over and over again, and really be there for our young people. I want our young people in Thread to get out of their experience the same thing I want my daughter to get out of the relationships that she has in her life, which is feeling like there are people who really know you and see you and love you for all that you actually are, and then feeling like you have a group of people where you don't have to have all the answers, but you have confidence that you can figure anything out together.
If I were to look at the other side of that, which is what do I want the volunteers to get out of Thread, it would be the same thing that we've gotten out of Thread, which is a family, relationships that go well beyond just I come and see you once a week or twice a week, but that we spend time together, that we spend holidays together, that we go to dinner and your kids know my kids. I think our volunteers, that's what that I want them to get out of it. It was something that when we started, it was just a very organic, small engagement with us. And I thought that we had no idea how long it would last.
Given the way that our relationships have evolved, the way that things look now, if you look just like at the last few months, it was going to Devin's wedding, and it was going to Angel's wedding, and it was seeing all of the former volunteers and staff members at those weddings. It was almost like a wedding and a family reunion at the same time. A lot has changed in 20 years, and when I think about why I continue to do this work, I'm in it until I can't be in it anymore. Because I believe it's possible to actually make spaces together to co-create a new way of existing in our society.
To continue the work that my mentor started with me, I think it's the way that I honor them for what they've given me. They made it so that I could be so successful. To honor that is to see it replicated through Thread. If we were to describe Thread in one word, I
think we'd agree.
Family.